Maybe a few words about number one for me personally. Yeah, bear with me. The Auchentoshan 21. The reason why the Auchentoshan's in there, and it's a good place to start. And I know that John probably has spoken about this, but the Auchentoshan is he didn't. No, he's just like he talks shit. But like Auchentoshan for me, it's all about the connection to Ireland. So it's all about having a true connection to Ireland here. So we've got triple distilled Scotch single malt whiskey, which is very important that we have that connection there. Okay, the rest of the Scottish malts they won't have much of a connection, but the Auchentoshan certainly does. So we're using Auchentoshan's 21 is using the second fill sherry cask. I'm sure John's already spoken about that before. I'm sure if he looked up Google, he'd have been able to find out as much information as possible about it. But look, it's a standard bottle. Comes in around about 120 quid a bottle. I think it's a marked step up from its supermarket core range. It really is, and for it to is it good enough? Does it sit side by side a Bush 21? Possibly not. Know what I mean? So for a 21-year-old whiskey, I tend to find it quite young tasting. I don't find it as as worthy of some of the 21s we're used to. Maybe the Redbreast 21 or the Bushmills 21. We're used to something a little bit more substantial. This to me tastes quite young. It also tastes quite sharp. And I know I'm not drinking it at this very moment in time. That's what I get from it. So I also have to just note that I'm not seeing many comments because actually I haven't rated this yet. So I'm going to just submit my rating. No worries about the real life happening outside. What's happening outside? Is there something? We've got grass cutting. Is it? Ernest Jenkins, you're just on the. You're just right, Ernest. Look, we're going to move on to the second one. I'm there. Look at my little self. It's me. Hello, everybody. I've got my blue glove on because, you know what? The whole point of this festival being online. I mean, obviously the festival's got its own connotations, but being online was to try and social distance. And there's me jumping in John's house. Had to go to the toilet. Had to take his laptop. So he's been really accommodating. But I just thought, we'll keep the glove on. It's a bit Michael Jackson-esque, but sure, it's a bit crack. Other hand is free. Ooh, other hand is free. This hand is not. So we've got a Glenfarclas 12-year-old. Drinks by the dram version. The smell's just great. I wasn't expecting that. It's really punchy. I haven't had this before, so which is really nice that we're experiencing this one together. And although I'm not where I'm meant to be, I still will have a little sip. Are you receiving Paul's sound and video? That is a good one. Well, I mean, if I have to answer that, I'll have to answer yes, because I can see myself. But we'll submit that. Hopefully people can see it. And I'm in sync too. I love it. I hate being in the sink. I prefer to be in the shower, wherever I'm getting washed. But not a bother at all. Thank you very much, Ernest. You're a good crack. We can keep you. We won't be kicking you out just yet. You know what I mean? I hope everyone's behaved themselves as well. But you know what? You just want everyone just to be polite, having a bit of banter. Yeah, other people can be muted. Is that fair enough? Can you hear other people, Patrick? I can't hear anyone, which is really good at the moment. I can, I'm not hearing myself, and I think that this is kind of turned off at the moment. I'm wondering what we can do, because I know people like to have a bit of banter. If people have cameras and they want to message in here, I don't know if we can bring them in. I don't know if that's something the admins are able to do. But if people want to come in and experience the festival, being live, being in the, actually in the forum, sure, why not? If the admins can do that, if people can put their wee hands up and say they want to get involved, then if we can do that, I'm happy for that to happen. So cash strength, Glenfarclas. Hopefully people have experienced Glenfarclas before Glenfarclas. The reason why they're in this box, well, in fact, is they've got great whiskey, is also because they're part of the festival. So they have their own tasting, a tasting which will be delivered by the Glenfarclas team, and we're certainly looking forward to that. I'm really genuinely humbled by the fact that Glenfarclas contacted us to get involved. That was really, that was really humbling. It was such a great opportunity for the festival to host Glenfarclas. So what do we get? What do we get on the taste of this? What are we getting on the nose? I'm certainly, and I love them here. I hope people like the glasses, and I hope people got some glasses. There's going to be a couple of people who didn't get glasses, but everyone in this tasting should have done. So far, apparently I'm the only one that's broke a glass. So I broke a glass last night. I was delivering last night, and I broke a glass. So it was the first glass that I've smashed through this entire process, and I dropped it out the back of my car. So man down, as they say, man down on the glass front. But hopefully everyone's came intact. I haven't heard any reports, and although I've been having my own computer issues, I've not had any reports of people telling me that it's broken. So hopefully it's good. Most viewers are on a 15-second delay, so they're unable to transmit their cams or mix, but we can still chat in here. Of course you can, yeah. Jamie Cotter, who is on WhatsApp web? Hello, you can hear you getting messages. Do you know, I actually think that's here. I'll be honest. I think John is just beeping away, thinking he's something special. He's going to unbeep himself. Do you know what I mean? Because it's probably this beeping chat. But you know what, Jamie? Thanks for pointing that out. Are you still here anyway? Do you even have this tasting pack, Jamie Cotter? Because that's the question, you know. I mean, I'm glad you're here for the crack, like, but you know. So on the nose, great sherry notes. You know, we know it's been in a sherry cask. We know that because we're getting that buttery, isn't it? It's like melted butter. I love that, and a little bit about the raisins. You know, it's soaked cakes. You know what I mean? Those kind of cakes that are like, you know, soddened in alcohol at Christmas time. So I really like that. Plenty of aroma on the nose. Yeah, toasted brioche even. I'm wondering if it's toasted brioche. I really like that, and I don't want to sound pretentious when we're doing a tasting, but I just love the smell of whiskey, and everything that comes to you in mind is important to smell and taste. It's definitely good to get it out there with the community, but I don't want to lead people, so I want people to experience that themselves. Look, there's a lot of people here who have not been to a Belfast whiskey tasting, let alone a Belfast Whiskey Week festival, but a Belfast Whiskey club tasting is really interesting because we have a core group. We've probably got a core group of about 40 to 50 people who involve themselves throughout the year in different tastings from Belfast and beyond, so different parts of Northern Ireland. And indeed, some people from elsewhere have taken part within the club. But it's good to have that core group of people who just love to sit around and experience the whiskies, not be pretentious, not have that hanging over you. But we are, with Mark, I mean, obviously I've noticed that we're starting to score whiskies. I really hadn't even noticed that. That's how interesting this has become, because I was not expecting us to be scoring whiskies during Whisky Week. But that's great, because you know what? What it will do is there's no whiskey awards this year. Right, so there's been no whiskey awards this year, and it'll be interesting to see at the end of the week what some of those scores look like and what it means to people. If people are writing in the chat and I've not seen it, it's because I'm trying to look at the camera. I'm trying to give you my eyes, my attention, and everything else. But I will have a wee juke over, you know, ever so often into the chat. But yeah, you know, we're a lovely bunch, but you know what? We get quoted Ardane as being the best whiskey club in Ireland. I don't know if that's the case. What I would say is that we're a very honest crew. We like to have lots of fun, and we score all of our whiskies, so it's a centralised scoring. You know, so we score our whiskies 1 to 10, no zeros, because zero, that's just not fair. It made it into a bottle. Someone at least cared enough to put it into a bottle. One though, I don't know how many ones we've ever scored, but we probably have. And how many 10s we've scored? Probably, no more than 5 bottles would have scored a 10. And that's not collectively. That's some random individuals within the group who have a maybe eccentric notion about a whiskey at a time, you know. But what's nice is that we get kind of broad kind of mix of scores that we can can calculate together and give us a cumulative score, which sits well. Some brand ambassadors probably won't like that, but that's not my fault. So yeah, so we've got the got a great smell here. So yeah, I really like that. Okay, we're gonna have a wee taste. I don't know if people have been tasting already. People are hungover, right? That's good. Are all Glenfarclas shared, even if it's an independent bottle? I'm not sure, Paddy. That's a good question. I don't know. What I would say is that this one here specifically is telling me that it's shared, and it is an independent bottling. For those that have had the 12, and I think the 12 is in the Glenfarclas tasting pack. It'd be nice to know what the difference is here. I'm going to guess based on even just the smell just now, this is going to top the 12 by Country Mile. But I'm going to have a wee taste. Well, I like that. Is it bad that I really want to drink that and still drive potentially after this? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I do. I like that. Yeah, so that was nice. The 12-year-old Glenfarclas is stunning. Lots of what even is that? It's like a pepper. It's like a kind of. Do you know what? If you've roasted some red and orange peppers and you've let them lie there for a little while, I like that taste. That's really nice. That's that peppered, burnt kind of pepper taste on there. There's a little bit of what is that? Yeah, even if you've ever been at a Thai restaurant or something, maybe like one of those big leaves that they use to wrap your food up. You get that smell, that wee whiff. That's on the taste a little bit. I quite like that. I like it. The finish is really nice. The finish is just it's like jelly. It's like jammy. It's thick. It's it's certainly going down the back of the throat really nicely, nice and slowly down the back of the throat. No, I do like that. They've done well here. So yeah, punchy indeed is what is said here. Punchy. I like that. It's punchy at all. I'm not sure whether or not I totally agree with all the tasting notes that have been given by the guys who produced it, but yeah, I like it. Ideally, you would have them come on specifically, and they can talk about their whiskey. They can tell us what they think, but I'll certainly be quizzing the guys at Glenfarclas about this whiskey when they come on and do their tasting. But anyone dislike it? Anyone not liking it? Please never drink and drive. Jason Stover, I'm not going to drink and drive. I'm only playing. I was only playing. You're quite right. Never, ever drink and drive. You're quite right. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Anyone dislike it? Anyone not appreciating that? Because I tell you what, it surprised me. Sometimes, I think people can get carried away with what Glenfarclas stands for in the whiskey world. Some people give it a slight miss. They kind of just veer away from it. Maybe it's because it's too well known for people, potentially. But no, I enjoyed that. That's good. I'm going to cleanse my palate just now. Give it a little bit of the water. Okay, so we're going to move on. If you're going to score that, admins, if you're going to put it up just now while I crack open the third one. Okay. So the third one is not the Cologne. That's not what we're chasing. We're going to go on to the Glendronach.
Just from last season.
Yeah, I think you were on the Cologne there. That's
Sure, why? In case you get confused.
No, I'm not going to get confused. You're going to get confused there. Jason Stover is 100%. Whiskey Jason, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you got involved there. That's good. So we're now moving on now to the Glendronach. This is the Glendronach 15-year-old revival. It's I think it's one of those whiskies that's now becoming ever popular. Everyone wants one of these in their collection. Preferably, I prefer to drink it rather than have it in a collection. But Can everyone still hear me okay? I hope so. I'm not seeing as much interaction on that board as I was. It was kind of flicking through it from the other side. But yeah. I think it would be good, actually, to be frank, probably try to bring somebody in. And I think we've got a couple of guys who are on these whiskies today. But loud and clear. That's really good to hear. Thank you. I know. There's something similar there, isn't there? Something similar within the smell of that Glenfarclas moving on to the Glendronach. There's something quite similar there. And again, it's going to be those sherry casks. It's going to be that sherry influence. So this time we're using a mixture of Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry cask for the revival. We've kind of come down in alcohol, so we've come down from the cask strength down to about 46%. Discontinued bottles, yeah, discontinued bottlings. Oh, on the nose though, that. I remember what I said about that. You know, sponge cakes, the Christmas cakes, all that. Those cakes that need all that amount of alcohol just soaked right into it. This is what this is, but slightly different. The same fruities, the same fruitiness stuff in there. There's a smoke coming off it though, which is like a roasted smell, like no more than anything else. I really like that. Have a wee. Yeah. Now that's leathery, isn't it? It's crystallized. Oh. Crystallized sugars, that, you know, that kind of what you would imagine maybe when you're cooking, you would maybe have that. You know, you tend to see it when you're cooking the sugars that they start to crystallize and then they start to, like, you know, really. Oh, was that kind of creates like a crust. That's really nice. I really like that. I like it a lot. Plastic gloves for the tasting. I know, Charles, PP in case someone else has touched my glass. These are brand new glasses. You know, I'm only doing it because I'm actually touching the laptop. I'm being conscious that, you know, that it's not my laptop. Someone else has been touching it, and my hands are elsewhere. But we've got gel. Someone's pointed out we have gel, and John is thinking I should be using the gel. Yeah, aloe vera gel. There is indeed, Charlotte. You're quite right. If we're just nipping back to that quick hello from Canada. Our collectible crystal decanter arrived yesterday, courtesy of UPS. Beautiful packaging. Well done. Charles, listen, not a bar. I really want to say, like, if I can continue to talk about all the great people that have made this happen, because people keep on saying it's me. It's not me. I'm one person out of, I don't know how many people made this happen. So if I work from the very, very start, it's the guys within the club that made it happen to start with. Second of all, you know, they've then got the likes of Ecklandville Distillery, who really busted my balls, busted their balls to make this happen. So fair play to them for the work they put in. And then also we've got like Anthony down at Irish Whiskey Auctions, who literally it was like he slowed down time. I don't understand how we can get a product from Northern Ireland, or sorry, from the south. It was from Dundalk. How we can get a product from Dundalk in the south of Ireland all the way across to America, and if there was no time difference, it would have been 3 hours. But the time difference, it was like 18 hours to get a product there. I was like, how does that even happen? You know. So I'm very impressed, and I'm glad that everyone got the stuff. Only limitation with Big Marker is that nowhere on the screen do I see your name or even know which event I'm in at the moment. Please give some context. Apologies, Charles. Right, you know what? That's really good. Actually, that's something for our admins to think about. There's only so much you can think about, and you know the amount of guys that are involved behind the scenes are thinking constantly about new things. So they've come up with these polls. I didn't know that was happening, Yeah, actually, that'd be quite nice having just maybe in the corner what tasting we're on. So we're on tasting, we're on new Scottish. Sorry, we're on exploration of Scottish whiskies. So we're exploring different Scottish distilleries at the moment. A handful. There's 9 of them to get through. We're on whiskey number 3, which at the moment is the Glendronach 15-year-old revival. So yeah, a stunning whiskey, very, very, very fragrant. I like that. There's the whole that smell. You know that smell when you've been you've got candied orange. Yeah, that candied orange smells in here. I get that. I definitely get that on the taste. I'm getting a little bit of the caramelized sugar. There's deep forest fruits in here. And actually, it could have just been John's plate. He has a plate of cheese and fruit in front of me, but it must be that was what I was looking at. But you have that. Do you know when you're? Do you know when you're younger and everyone around you is smoking pipes? You can imagine this being the drink of choice at that point. You know, it's got that old world. I want to drink whiskey for the sheer enjoyment, the sheer hell of it. Glendronach have done something great here. If I can just digress a minute, people keep on asking. I don't know if everyone who does this gets the same question, but anyone who does anything to do with whiskey, I'm sure they're asked at one point, if not asked every 5 minutes. What's your favourite whiskey? What's your favourite whiskey? And do you know, I never have a favourite whiskey. I always see it as being a progressive thing, that you taste as many whiskies as you can, and you collectively create a library in your head of all these beautiful whiskies that you've got and what you've tasted. And what I would say though is I'll usually answer that by saying, yeah, well, there's lots of whiskies that you can 100% go to. So, like, easy, and they're in the cabinet. If they're in the cabinet, there's a good reason why they're in the cabinet, because they're very good and they're very good to drink. If they're not in the cabinet, it's probably because they're not good enough, or they just don't fit my profile anymore, or they're too expensive, and that's why I can't put them in there. So if it's in the cabinet, it's probably because it's good. So Glendronachs have always been in my cabinet. They're in my cabinet because of my grandfather. And I think I've told this story to a number of people, but he had a bottle of Glendronach 8-year-old by the teachers at the time, where teachers whiskey were the brand of choice. So it was from the Glendronach distillery, but it was teachers' brand that owned it, and it was from the 1980s. And I came across it in his sock drawer, as it were, when he passed away. Thought nothing much of it. Took it home with me. A couple of years later, I wanted to find out a wee bit of information about it, and I came across the guys who owned the product at the time. Put me in touch with William Teacher's. I think it was his grandson, and it was very interesting. He was in the archives, and we had a conversation about it. And I then realised, wow, do you know what? This is heritage. It has a bit of which I just thought was just a bottle of whiskey from the 80s, turned out to be something a little bit more special. So the Glendronachs have been with me, and I've tasted a hell of a lot of them. I'm really impressed with their range that went out to Europe, not specifically to Scotland, but there was stuff that went elsewhere. And I have been impressed with finding older bottlings. So Glendronach stuff's really nice. This is really, does it rank amongst their best for core range? I think it does. I think for at that point when it was, it was in high demand. The 12-year-old's great, but this 15-year-old revival is really good. Okay. Listen, Charles, 100%. Next time you come back to Belfast, that would be great. And if I can get over to Canada at some point, that would be good also. I like the fact that people are talking about how do we put our names in there? How do we get, if people don't know me by the end of the festival, then I'll be shocked. But there's other presenters. You're quite right. We're going to have other presenters coming in. Maybe we should be looking at their names and getting a tag in there. So thanks very much for those. Do you know what? We're really just, and I've said to everyone, I've said to anyone who's coming on as a presenter, I've said to any of the distilleries, look, this is something new in terms of the length of the festival, the amount of people that we have involved in the festival, the amount of participants we're going to be having coming through, and where they're all coming from. And the IT you know what? It was hard to pick something that kind of ticked all the boxes. So I'm just glad that our guys came up with something which is working, hopefully, in the main. It would be helpful if my laptop worked. I actually spent about an hour trying to get into PC World and Curry's, because you have to wait in a queue, obviously, because everyone's social distancing. I didn't even get inside before I realised, that John was offering me his laptop. So I loved the Glendronach there. I really appreciated that. I thought the smell was great, the taste was brilliant, and that finish, those papayas, that papaya taste, that feeling of being in a room with some people who you would have looked up to at that point and gone, yeah, that you're drinking whiskey for the right reasons. You know what I mean? It's not to get drunk. I'm going to move on to the next one. Listen, we have a 2-hour limit, Patrick. I'm just going to fly through the next ones. Don't worry about that. But we're moving. We've got a Japanese tasting after this. But I'm just going to. Do you know what I'm going to do? You're quite right, Jason. You do. You live and learn when it comes to these live tastings. You do such a great job, though. It's very hard to pass up. Oh, here we go. Look at a shelf of whiskey. This one here.
Yep.
You sure? Oh, Timorous Beastie. Timorous. Oh, now we're talking. You're okay with me opening that because you have that yesterday. Yeah. You're all right, aren't you? You've got. John's got it easy. John shot himself. Let's be honest. We can use those words because it's our own TV program. But John literally kicked his knickers when I said, "Listen, you have to go on for me. I'm sitting here in a queue, and I don't know how long I'm going to be." And I think he was relieved when I decided to turn up. I think he was relieved, but John actually wants a drink as well. He wants me to do the show. He wants me to do the show and give him drinks. I'm like his personal barman now. Oh, sorry, Siri. Siri, you're in my pocket. 2 seconds there. Oh, Siri, you poor wee thing. Was I ignoring you? Been ignoring you for a while there, haven't I? We're gonna put Siri down just now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so hello, Timorous Beastie. For those that haven't had the Timorous Beastie, apologies for that because you are missing out big time. Great that we've now got it on here. Timorous Beastie is brought to you by Douglas Lane. Let me see what I can do here. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. Paddy, you're right. I jumped one. I've missed number 4. Oh, no. Who cares? We'll come back to number 4, can we? Is that okay, Paddy, with you? Sorry, Paul. We're just I was ahead of myself there. You're quite right. But do you know what? As long as everyone you've all got 2 glasses. You know what? At least 2 glasses. It's because it's not in order. Where's number 4?
Behind it.
It's behind it. Oh, come on. I don't mind doing the Timorous Beastie. I'm going to stick on Timorous Beastie because I've got it. So Timorous Beastie is number 5. I'm so sorry. I don't have. You know what? I should have looked at that card. So Timorous Beastie is a 21-year-old blend. For those that haven't had this before, it's a blend of malts. So what we're saying here is every malt that's in there is over 21 years old, which is absolutely fantastic. You're just right, Paddy. You're great keeping me just on the straight and narrow. But yeah, you know, it was my fault for not reading for reading that. So listen, Douglas Lanes have brought us they're called remarkable malts. Now I don't know what it is. I always find them intriguing. They've got all these different blends, but they regionalise them, so they're from different regions. This one here, Timorous Beastie, is from. No, it's not from Isla. I've got some guy who knows. No, he does. He knows a lot. He knows a lot, but he just doesn't. No. He just doesn't understand where the Timorous Beastie comes from. Okay, so yes, and not Isla. Just this is not smoky. This is not peated stuff.
Rock oyster.
He's just chirping in here. I don't even know what he's saying now. Do you know we're going to leave him to his own device? He's muted himself. Do you know what? That's why. Yeah. We've got so Douglas Lang. Look, they've got the Epicureans, which is the lowland malts. We've then got we've got Rock Oyster. We've got, which are not Isla either. So they're island malts. We've got Big Pete, which is the Islay stuff. So Big Pete is great. Then we've got the Timorous Beastie, and also there's one other. Oh, the Scallywag. Yeah. So really good stuff. Really good. And you know what? They bring out these little limited edition bottlings. There's a 40-year-old, 21-year-old, 18-year-old, and then there's lots of tiny little splatterings all over the place. But I have lots of love for the 21-year-old. I use it quite a lot. There was only 2,700 bottles produced. And me personally, I know I've used at least 20 of them. So if Douglas Lyons knows anything, they know that I have been buying up as much Timorous Beastie as I can, and I've been using it in tastings all the time because of the taste. The taste is just absolutely fabulous. I love the fact that we're getting lots of different malts in there, and it's that blend of malts. There's no grain, that we're blending malts here just now, that we're getting really, thick, oily whiskey, massive boldness, the presence of greatness in the glass. But yeah, it's sherry finished, so it's a sherry edition. Yeah, and again, it fits well, and maybe it's glad that we've kind of jumped the Highland Park, because we would have had a completely different taste there, But it's that Christmas scent on it, and when I'm talking about Christmas scent, it's not just now about the pudding. It's that aroma at Christmas time that we're getting. It's candles burning, and it's trees, it's pine, it's lovely. So the spiciness, the oak spiciness there from the sherry cask is great. You've probably seen the top of my head a lot. I'm just trying to work out, because I see this, and I don't see me there, which is really strange. I'm getting used to it though. Hopefully you're all enjoying that. Okay. I'm assuming that there was a poll done for the last one. If there wasn't a poll done, I'm sure that the guys can put a poll up. I'm going to be... It didn't pop up on my screen, which is why I was kind of just wondering whether or not it had been done. Yeah, I know I don't see it, so we're just going to assume it's not been done. And I'm wondering if I can see who's all here at this point in time watching this, because I think, is that for the admins who are there just now? Can someone tell me, see when it says audience list, is that everyone who's here at this point in time? Because if it is, I want to know that. I really want to know that. Because I want to call some people out.
So while you're looking up, Paul, but it's on in the host control panel. If you scroll down to the bottom, it has the attendees. But the problem is most of them are in webcast mode, which means they're on a 15-second delay. So you're not going to be able to interact with them.
No, I don't. I don't want to interact in that respect. I'm going to give them that little delay. I can hear you. So can everyone else hear you when you did that?
Yes, but I'm not in webcast mode, so I'm live talking to you right now. Everybody.
Right, okay.
15 seconds.
Everyone's taking a slight delay. That's okay. I can work with the delay because I'm going to ask some quick questions, and they can take that 15-second delay. So everyone's currently watching. I want to just say hi to a lot of people. So we're going to say hi to a lot of people and thank them very much for still tuning in. So we've got Paddy Duffy. I don't know how many times he's signed in, unless we've got a couple of Paddy Duffys, but well done, Paddy Duffy, for remaining with me, because I know that you're very strict when it comes to Scottish Whiskies. I don't know, do you even like this, Timorous Beastie? I'll let you, answer that in your own time. I'm not going to move away from that, and Keith Malone, that's good. So Keith Malone, you're going to be on with us later on, and hopefully, we're going to be talking about McConnell's later. Really excited to do that. Hopefully by that stage my laptop is working, or indeed I'm using I'm using someone else's laptop. So it's doing something. John says it's doing something, which is great. I'm very excited to have something that's working. I cannot believe it. We're in the friend of hand and it was working, and all of a sudden my camera literally went black. and I tried it a couple of times, turn it off, it just went black, and you could see me, but it was like I was in black mode, which is very, very strange. Usually I've got a nice tan, but I literally was. You just couldn't really see me, which is bad. Yeah, no, it's good to have different people coming in. And look, I know throughout the entire week we've got people from Singapore, people from New Zealand, people from Australia, people from India, people from, yes, America, Canada, most of Europe. There's a whole collective of people who have got involved in this. And do you know what? Hopefully it's a place where people can come and chat. Hopefully those chat rooms allow people to interact and you guys can get a bit of conversation going. Shouldn't just be about the presenters. Obviously, when we've got the presenters and we've got different people, you got your packs. Congratulations, Keith Mullen. I am actually jubilant, absolutely brilliant. Keith, what I'm going to say to you is you got 3 packs there. The reason why I sent 3 packs is because I think there was 2 people who you might know who didn't get their packs or wouldn't come back to us in the chat. Now, that I might just be an oversight, but I just thought I'd send 3 just in case people in Dublin specifically did not get their packs. Everyone else has got their packs. Everyone else has got them sent to them, be that in Northern Ireland. There's one person I know who's waiting on his in Northern Ireland. He will get his before the session starts later on. So if Wayne Adair is listening to me, Wayne, you will get your pack. Do not worry. There's been a couple of people. Oh, we have a poll. I'm just going to say that the Auchentoshan. Well, if I be back on the Auchentoshan, I'm not even doing that. I'm going to say do it later because I've already done the Auchentoshan. But look, if anyone has had any issues with the packs, please do me a massive favour and make sure that we know that, okay? And we'll try and remedy that. A lot of this stuff should be recorded, and if it's recorded, it'll be then put out the day after, so you can rewatch this, and it should be live then for the rest of the month, going forward into August. Okay, so you should be able to come back and see what's been talked about. It's also a good way of you coming back and seeing my face and going, nah, he was talking mince when he was talking about that whiskey. Potentially. So I'm going to talk. That's really good. Keith, thank you so much. Keith, that's really good. That's really good to know. I'm glad that worked out. Thank you. Charles, yes, there is. So Charles, look, question for anyone who seems to be outside of Northern Ireland. If you're in, I'm going to just do that. I like that. No, I like that. I'm going to have to give that a good score. I'm sorry. I'm seeing the poll just now. So I'm answering Charles Anderson, but at the same time, I was just filling in the poll. Yep. For those who are not based in Northern Ireland, if you're still wanting to take part in other tastings going forward, most of the tastings, so between Tuesday of next week and through to the Saturday of next week, any tastings that still have packs left should be made available. And if they are made available, then yes, we should be on the Monday and the Tuesday. Monday specifically trying to get them out to parts of Ireland. And again, the turnaround time to Europe and America is within 3 days. So have a think about that. If there's stuff that you want ordered, we're not going to send anything again until Monday. So I would suggest, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Anything on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if there's still availability, that's what you could probably order if you're outside of Northern Ireland right now. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to see another one. But it was a good question. Okay. You know, most of these packs were on sale for a good while. It was to give enough time for people to get involved, and we definitely tried to give as much notice to people. But if we remember, like this festival's come about the fact that we cannot do what we wanted to do, which is be in pubs and bars and restaurants in Belfast and welcoming people to Belfast. So it was done not last minute, because that's the wrong way to look at it. In fact, we put a lot of planning into this for a number of months, but it still left us in a position where we had to get things done and it had to be on time, and lots of bottling got done. So we bottled roughly 7,500 miniature bottles. It could have been more than that. I'm not 100% sure. Lots of packs get made up, so about 1,000 packs were made up, and they get sent out. So we've done really well. I'd say at least half the audience is outside of Northern Ireland. So we have a massive audience in the south now, and certainly there's been a great audience from the rest of the world. So we really do appreciate that. So yeah, so back to the Timorous Beastie. Just to finish off here, I just think that sherried sweetness. It's the sherried sweetness on here. The Christmas spices more than the fruitcake this time. It's the spiciness, and then you're getting a long warm finish. But yeah, well, I like that. Yeah, but no, hopefully people really appreciate that. I would say, I know that's discontinued, and it's probably very unfair of me to bring drinks to the table that are discontinued. But see, what I wanted to try and do was give you a chance to have a look at some products that are still there, but really experience, some of the whiskies that we're not all too familiar with. And also, it's nice to have, bottles that are now creeping in, for those that collect, but creeping in over the £100 mark. It's nice to have them in a tasting which has been so, I suppose, it's, in terms of cost, the value is great. The value is great. Although some people can disagree with me if they don't think it's good value. You might find that these whiskies are absolutely, shite. And that's fair enough. I'm going to accept that. To be honest, I'm going to just pull that down. I think John must be taller than me, but although I don't think so, is he? I just felt it was like, to sit up straight. I think I'm not sitting up straight. He's telling me what to do. So we've done too many. Johnny, like too many what? Oh, yeah, too many. You're quite right, Johnny. We did too many. But 7,500. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna. Or how many bottles did you? Yeah, 7,500 miniatures. We're going to move them back on to number 4, which is Highland Park, which I have stolen off the shelf, and I've got it right this time. So we're going to go back to that. Okay. So this is the Highland Park. It's a 16-year-old Highland Park. Comes in at 46.7%. John wants a drink. He's on it now. He's rattling through these. John, I didn't even get your opinion, but because you're here and we can ask your opinion, even though you don't know anything about the whiskey. Let's talk about what you thought about these whiskies. I mean, what have you made of them so far?
The Glendronach stood out. It reminded me of the old school 60s Scotch whiskies. Just got a wee bit of almost mustiness.
Yes.
Coming through, like the old hags and stuff.
I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he is talking, and hopefully we're picking him up. But he's talking about how he felt that the revival has stood out so far, and it's I suppose it's reminding him of like the old types of Scotch whiskies, maybe hark back to the old style hags. Okay, well that's good, John. I just couldn't decide if you can hear John. That's good. They can hear you, John. Absolute belter. That's good. I don't know if we need to. No, it's good to involve people. It's good. It's good to have chat. It's good to definitely have chat. And there's a couple of guys. It'd be nice to have more people. I know there's a couple of guys who are going to try and get online today and get involved in this specific tasting. But I know they've been held up. So it's okay. We're going to move on then to Highland Park 16-year-old. This is number 4 in the pack. So it's a Highland Park 16-year old twisty tattoo. Okay, and we're using Spanish. I want to say this right. I always get it wrong. Rocca wine season casks, I hope. I hope I said that right. Anyone who's a wine fanatic can tell me I've just said it completely wrong, but I think it's Rocca. If it's Rioja, I don't know, but I think it's Rioja. I thought I was right. I don't do Spanish very well. I don't even know if I do Scottish very well, but you know what I mean? I definitely don't do Spanish well. So loving the design of the Highland Park. This one's readily available. You can pick it up in the shops. It's ready available. It's got this beautiful tattoo dragon wrapped around a black bottle. It's stunning. Visually looks the part. So it's all to do with Viking legend of Midgard, the serpent, and yeah, it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. The bottle, the actual smell's really good. So I really like, I really like that. Do you know what? What is that saltiness? It's like salt. It's like a salt on the nose. I don't know what if it's a whiff of salt It's just, yeah, it's definitely salt, and it's a little. Actually, I can smell a wee bit of just a wee bit of cask. Whether or not it's rock, I don't know whether what if I can smell that, but I definitely smell wood, and I can smell that. That's nice.
Pepper and nutmeg.
Pepper, yeah. There's it's like the white pepper or something. It's it's a very 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 clean pepper smell. No, I do like that. I'm going to guess even before I taste this, right, that it's smooth and buttery, and because I'm imagining what it's doing. I want it to be like that, please. I want it to be like that. So, first fill bourbon casks, married with Spanish Rocca wine seasoned casks. Iodine, maybe, yes. John Soden, potentially, but yeah, do you know what? But it's just got that kind of seaside smell. Whatever that seaside smell is, it's like a wee bit of a wisp of a saltiness. I like that. Good shout. And John, good to see you. I didn't even notice you were there. Rioja. I like the way you've done that for me. You wrote Rioja for me. Oh, am I saying it right? Because as long as I'm saying it right, Rioja. Yeah. We should do Spanish lessons with whiskey. That'd be great crack. Okay. So I don't get any smoke. I don't get any smoke on the nose. I'm wondering whether I'll get it on the taste, but I'm getting. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. For those that are just joining us and they're probably going, the man's got a blue glove on. Oh, it's dry. A little bit dry, isn't it? A little bit of dryness. John says that goes really well with chorizo. And I'm thinking to myself, it's Spanish also. John, I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Ideal. Yes, see you then. Okay, good man. Yeah, I really like that. Actually, Peter, know it's pronounced Rioja. Rioja. Yeah, right. Listen, we've got debate on the go between participants as to how any Spaniards in here who want to like set the record straight. But look, it is what it is. It's Spanish wine seasoned casks. That's obviously, there's a name for it. I'm probably not going anywhere with it. It's a total different taste to what I'm used to from Highland Park, I'll be honest. And again, this is one I hadn't tasted. When I was creating a lot of these tastings, when I'm creating a lot of the tastings that are not brand orientated, right? So within the whiskey club, I come up with lots of fascinating tastings. Most of the people will tell you that they're extremely interesting. Whether or not that means they're great tasting whiskies, it's beside the point. They're interesting tastings, So sometimes we've got whiskey that people just have never heard of, or it's inaccessible. It's just not something they can get. So I like to try new things. There's no point in me constantly revisiting the same whiskies. Same here. I just thought, do you know what? We can go around the whole of Scotland. We can pick the different influences. We can go to the islands and the Highlands, and we can go all around these places, Speyside and such. As long as we are tasting something different, which is important. So, yeah, massive fan of that. So we've got blends, single malts, cask strengths, everything in this pack. There's not something missing, I hope. And if there is, you can let me know. If there's something missing and you wish you'd had it, we'll maybe try and sort that out next time, potentially. We've now got a debate. Really is the debate. Here we go. Alistair Bell. Now, can I just say, if anyone questions, I'm going to just give that a wee score just when I'm here, because I actually really quite like that. Oh, and I've made something happen on my screen. Hopefully I've not done something bad. It's okay. It's back again. Alistair Bell has given us the Northern Irish pronunciation. But Alistair Bell, thanks so much for joining us at this point. Alistair, there was I think we realised where your packs had gone. I think for the wine whiskey tasting, I think we've resolved that issue, which is really good because someone just got lots of packs of wine. And taken them back, which is nice. Or hopefully they've been taken back. So yeah, so it's good. Look, it's good. Wife is half Spanish. Love it. Charles, great. Lots of information. Really appreciate that. And I genuinely hope that she's having a wee sip of this because that would be very fair, wouldn't it? Of course it would. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. We're going to go to 6. Okay. 6, where are you? Where are you, little 6? Where are you? Let's have a look. 6, 6, 6. Oh, where is 6, John?
Did you give me a 6?
No, John might not have had a 6. John is going to have a 6 from the box, which is Kilchoman. Did I not put it in that box?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think you're talking geek. I think he's. We've now got a poll on how you say Rioja. I like that one. I think I don't think the ha needs to be as long as that. We're going to have a shortened version of Rioja. You're just right. No, you're just right. You're spot on. Having a bit of banter there. We're on to the Kilchoman. So we're on to this is the Kilchoman. This is the small batch for the UK. So there's lots of. I mean, Kilchoman's lots of versions of Kilchoman. We've got
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, I say Kilchoman.
Kilchoman?
Or is it Kilchoman? That's a pronunciation that we could go for. I think it's Kilchoman. Probably the guys from Kilchoman or Kilchoman would probably shoot me down. But you know what? I'm Scots. I am from the lowlands. I'm from a beautiful tiny wee town in the middle of nowhere and live in a field really. I lived in a field for a long time. So my pronunciation would be slightly different, I assume, to those who maybe have more of a Scottish twang than myself. Kilchoman. Paddy, have I been saying it right? Jarlath, Kilchoman. See, it's just this wee person in here who's telling me I'm all wrong. Again, look, limited release product. Okay, so we're looking at a limited release product. This is 2019's small batch. It's at 48.3%. Okay, limited to only 1,260 bottles. What's big about it? What is the difference about this and all the other beautiful Kilchomans? It is indeed its bourbon casks, sherry casks, and Madeira casks. Madeira. Yes. I love Madeira. Anyone who knows me knows that I love Madeira finished whiskies. And John wants some. I'm not sure if he's allowed some. Is he allowed some? We'll give him some. He's allowed that much. You want more? Fuck's sake, John.
Yeah.
There you go. John's all he's all about it. He's all. Do you know? I think I'll be here for the whole night now, John. I don't think there's no point in me going anywhere else if I'm just feeding you alcohol and I'm talking.
Happy.
John's happy, and John's happy if I'm here all night. It actually wouldn't bother me. To be frank, I might have to go and grab myself something to eat, but I probably. John sorted me out with it. Could you have asked for better hosts? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's maybe not a bad idea. I just don't know how to get home now.
I will have to stop your car from blocking my driveway. But
that's too much. It's too much fun. I don't know how am I getting home. Help. No, look, we'll sort that out. It's okay. There might be a taxi somewhere that might take me. Or I could just walk. It's only like 17 miles. That's not that far. I'm only playing. You don't have this one, Charlotte. You do have this one, and if you don't have this one, it's your own fault for not picking up.
we didn't get the original.
Yeah, you didn't get it in the original one, Charlotte. Are you serious? Don't cry. Oh my God, Charlotte is actually crying.
Anyway.
Yeah, Charlotte, you told me you had this. Yeah. What Madeira? Now, Alice, that's a good question. What sort of Madeira? Do you know what? I don't know that. Maybe I should have done a wee bit of homework as to where they came from. I am so sorry I didn't do that. I must apologise. It's definitely one that we should have, I should have really gone and found out. It's good to know. And I know that when we're doing the wines and the whiskies together, it's good to see that. It's good to know what barrels are being used to finish off the whiskies. Particularly when it comes to the green spot. and the red Bristol style. It's nice to see the parallels there. So we're going to look. I really can't wait for the Northern Ireland Wine and Spirit Institute to take over, do their session. For me, maybe to sit back and enjoy a couple of wines with some great Irish whiskies and bourbon. But look, oh my lord, it's there. It's I hope everyone's had Kilchoman, and if they've not, this is the time when you will then fall in love with Kilchoman. You will not be disappointed. I have not had a disappointing Kilchoman, not ever. And even the 3-year-olds, even the original bottlings that they had for 3 years old, wispy, smoky, that wisp of smoke. Oh yeah. That's nice. It's just wafting in my face, peat. It's not heavily influencing. It's just nice. It's just polite. And it's... Do you know what it is? It's that roast as well. It's that kind of roasted coffee bean or something. It's it's in there. It's very similar to something we've had already. Oh no, I do like that. And it's heather. It's that heather on the nose. The peat. Love it. Yeah. Oon Cullen. You like that? Lovely sweet floral smoke. It really is. 25 remainings for 3 whiskies. We can do 25 minutes, 3 whiskies. And listen, who's panicking? I'm running the next session anyway with Japanese whiskies. So I know that you need to come off your little admin high horse and join in that one and get drunk. But it's it's no skin off. No, here we're doing right. Like we're doing okay for time, I think. I really like that. I really do. I've had this before. Yeah, that's nice. It's very delicate. Very, very delicate. Anyone, I want to know people's honest opinion about this. So if people have this, it's clearly there's a lot of people in the chat. There's a lot of people witnessing this, and are there people in here who don't like that? Because if they're not getting those from the taste, you used to be getting like really, punchy fruitiness, like, and I'm talking about citrus fruit, but that kind of tropical citrus fruit that you should be getting, particularly, if it is like, if it is some sort of like, tropical fruit that you're getting, that's what I would get from that. I'm going to go back in here too. Oh yeah. Oh, that peatiness, that smoke on and then on again on the tongue and on the lips. No one disliked it so far. I'm going to give it a 15-second delay. I'm expecting like there to be loads and loads of dislike comments popping through now saying that's crap. But it's the sweetness, it's the smokiness, it's the balance of fruits. We've got like a tropical tang, and then we've got like a deep. Like a bramble, but maybe it's not a bramble. Is it a bramble? It's maybe something I'm getting from tasting. Maybe like a dessert, but it's not. I think that's what it is. It's like a dessert. It's so good. It's not Kane's rum. You're quite right. Whoever wrote that, it's not Kane's rum. You're 100% correct. Kane's rum is from a certain supermarket store. Obviously, my last name's Kane. I thought it'd be smart to pick a bottle up. Was not a great move. This, however, on the other hand, was a great move. Oh, love it. Can I score this highly? Of course I can, because it's my choice. But my little mouse needs to come over here with me. Okay.
Use the mouse.
Oh, I don't mind this. Right. Oh, I can see it. It's this little thing here. Hello, little mousey.
Doesn't work very well on the.
Doesn't work
pad,
at all.
on the pad.
Oh, but it works. Super. Okay. So apart from Jamie just making it quite clear that there was a problem with the. There we go. Is that better? Oh, my stream might be lagging. Why is my stream lagging? Don't lag. Stay with me. Don't lag. Hopefully it's okay. Right. I'm
I'm going to quickly move on. So we had the Kilchoman. That was the number 6. The number 7. Gee whiz. Now, this is an interesting one. Again, it's these Scottish whiskies have great names. Bunnahabain. Bunnahabain. Spelt so differently to what you'd expect how to say it. But yeah, Bunnahabain. Okay. And do you know what? I was trying to remember. My favourite Kilchomans are Madeira cast finishes. Just works so well with the spirit and the lighter smoke. It really does, Charles. You're 100% right. I was trying to remember what this was because I was like, what Banavin did we use? But we've actually gone for a limited edition. I'm glad that we're putting in some of these limited edition stuff because I just want people to taste it. And if you can find them, if you can still get them. Now, you can still get that Kilchoman. 100%. That can still be bought.
Ricky's cheese.
I'm all right. Oh, I'm all right for cheese just now.
Ricky's.
Oh, come on, right. Hi, it's Ricky's cheese. Ricky, if you're on, we've got cheese here from you. We've got your salted cheese that you did for the club. Absolutely great. So yeah. So we're on. Oh, John's waiting for his wee top up. Okay, he's got a top up. Hello. Yeah. There you go, John.
Thank you very much.
Loves it. Absolutely loves it. He's also loving the fact that I have a whole box here, which was my box, and apparently it's no longer my box, which is really interesting. So I feel great now.
I thought it was shipping boxes, to be honest.
You missing boxes?
I
Are
was
you?
expecting 3 boxes.
Fuck, you're raging. John. He's raging. You get all his boxes. Oh, I'm lagging. It says here network is unstable. Your stream may be lagging. I hope not. I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping that we seem to have enough here. Richard is here. He's in the room. That's good.
Should we second switch?
Oh, we've got something. We're going to do something. Yeah.
Pick it up on the side.
Yeah.
Flick it.
Flick it. We're going to boost something, are we?
Turn the boost off. So we're on. That's what.
What do we do?
Turn the boost off.
Right. Okay.
Off solar panel charged.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had this discussion before. This is some setup in here. You know, we're away from all the noise of everything else, but it's a great wee setup. Absolutely brilliant.
There's a boy playing hurling next door.
Well, you can't go wrong with a wee bit of sport. You're perfect, Paul, which is a first. I'm perfect. Thank you so much. Very kind. You make me feel so special. Bunnahabain. I like that. Bunnahabain. It's such a beautiful name. So this is an 11-year-old port pipe. Let's just get it here. The 2007 port pipe finish. Oh, it smells great. Smells so good. So good. So yeah, so 2007, distilled 2007, 11 years old, bottling, and it's first of all in refill hogsheads for the first 9 years, and then it's transferred into port pipes. Port pipes for 2 years. Brilliant. Cask strength again. So watch your little taste buds there, but run at 55.3%. Graham Horner, are you talking about the wee beastie as in the Ardbeg? Wee beastie. Graham, because if you are, I do actually have a wee beastie, but I don't think it's part of this tasting. But I definitely got myself a bottle. I was very lucky to get myself a bottle. So yeah, so there's a wee fella. So John was saying there's a wee fella here playing out the back with his wee hurley stick, and he's just whacked the window, which is that was a funny noise, wasn't it? That was a double glazing holding up well. Yeah, good job it wasn't John's window. He had something to say about that, I think. So yes, yeah, Graham. Yeah, well, I did. I got myself a wee beastie. I did indeed. Patrick Duffy, thanks very much for giving us a wee insight as to what Bunnahabain means. Is foot or the bottom of the river. There's definitely a song in that somewhere. Definitely a song. So yeah, what we're getting here is lovely spices. That lovely spices that had the dried fruit, but the
spiciness coming off that nose. It's the smell. It's the smell you get when people are making the cocktails. You know, it's that beautiful orange kind of wisp that comes and comes and goes there. Love it. Turkish delight, is there? No, I'm not sure. I think that's just someone's made that one up. That's a made up. That's a made up one. But for me, I'm definitely getting spicy.
Boiled fruits, boiled sweets.
Boiled sweets. Yeah, potentially. It's like, you know, it literally is like it's like a spicy kind of, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the name of the sweet, but what it is like, it's like you kind of have those, like rocks, but it's not rocks.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's between Clove Rock.
But it's not Clove Rock.
But it's between Clove Rock and Brandy Balls.
Yeah, something like that. So if anyone can hear that, we're just talking about like balls. I mean brandy balls. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, certainly spicy. I like that spicy on it. Yeah, I'm appreciating that. And again, it's a natural kind of toffee. It's a natural toffee smell there. And I'm definitely getting like a red fruit coming through. So oh yeah. Do you know what? That influence of the port. You know, we can delve into the port influence, but you know what? I'm just getting a lot of bourbon notes on the taste. I'm getting that. I can definitely tell it's appreciated. Those bourbon barrels are absolutely brilliant for those little hogsheads, and for that port pipe finishing, it's leaving it drier. It's leaving it with a that kind of red fruit that I'm talking about. You know, it's that those kind of wild red fruits that you would have. I really like that. I do. There's a. Is it even like a plum or something? There's like a. No, I don't know if it is. Maybe it is a plum. Something like that.
Like a wild cherry. Not sweet cherry, but
like a wild cherry. Potentially, John. Yeah, potentially like a wild cherry. Like definitely that. Yeah. Do you know like those kind of cherries? Yeah. Oh, you've got wild cherries out here. That's just quality stuff. We're talking about it and it's there. It's on the doorstep. But yeah, the port pipe that finish is great. That influence of the port is really nice. And again, Alistair, if you ask the question, no, I didn't ken 100% where those port pipes are coming from, but it would be good to know. And I just think there's no harm in these distilleries putting on exactly where they're grabbing these casks from.
Are they allowed to?
I don't know.
Was there a restriction? Because just listen to.
I don't know. Yeah, so it was Brendan going off at one. Did Brendan? Listen, I really missed the whole of Kilchoman's tasting. I'm glad he's doing a second one, which is a little bit, it's a little bit of a reprieve for myself. But like I know Brendan. If Brendan missed me, fair enough, but I doubt he would have. But I know that he really has. You know, he's getting it tight from lots of different angles. And fair play to it. Look, if I'm going to say something, and if anyone's listening to what I'm saying from these institutes, right, from these institutions that are either supporting the industry or making it, making it important that. Kind of important policies and decisions, and also then influencing the politicians and those different bureaucrats within the departments. If you're listening to me, what I would say is it's important to have rules. 100%. I'm all for rules. Rules are extremely important. But at the same time, there has to be less of an anal approach to the way in which we start to enforce rules, and up to your personal interpretation of the rule, because the rules are there and they are important. It's very important to have rules, but let's not use the rule to advantage yourself or others and disadvantage those in question. That's very important. So
don't stay from the market.
Don't stay from the market. But if you're noticing that different people are trying to avoid the rules or trying to bend the rules in the way in which you feel they're being manipulated, then maybe it's the rule that's wrong, and maybe the rule needs to just be, looked at separately. or in conjunction with, or in partnership with, and certainly in communication with all these people who want to have that conversation. Because there's a lot of people out there who want to see different technical files. The SWA, I believe, had a point to make with Brendan, and fair play. And SWA's approach was sympathetic in some respects, and that's important. So we're seeing a very well established whisky association, taking action on points. That's important. But at the same time, what they were doing was, they were being, they're also being quite friendly, and that's important. We've got distilleries who want to do things. They want to do it right. They need friendly advice, not hit with a stick. Anyway, enough of that. This was great. I really appreciate that. I hope people really spent the time keeping that in their mouth. That's does that sound wrong? But keep it in your mouth, taste it, let it linger. What?
That's wrong. You should not for later.
No, you can though. You can.
Just take the measures on.
I'm just kind of, they're small, like, I don't know what I mean. You want it more? Okay. Oh my lord. Right, here we are. Banavin is reminiscent of some of the pre-1970s whiskies we've tasted. Yes. More sherry cask and port pipe and less bourbon cask. I got the bourbon, Jonathan. I tell you what, I got the bourbon on that taste, and I got that vanilla straight away on the taste. But yes, it was the big red fruits I was getting, which is a million miles away from the bourbon casks. Peter Morris Wilson is the man to ask about what they can say about barrels, etc. He is still online. He lectures to WSET diploma on spirits as well as wine. So yes, Peter Morris, you're more than welcome to come on. You can come and chat, tell us what we are and aren't allowed to say. But I think there needs to just be a recognition sometimes where you're picking those casks up. There's no, even if it was just the distillery, maybe it's the winery, wherever it is that you're picking them up from. Because I know that, do you know what? Kilchoman make it quite clear is that they just use Buffalo Trace, bourbon barrels. So that's all they use. They come out and say that. So is that wrong? I mean, I don't know. I don't think they put it onto I don't know if they put it onto the actual bottle, but that's what. But I think they do.
The bigger distilleries just take what they can get.
Yeah.
And don't want to define.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. Anyway, this is the Longmorn 15. Again, discontinued. This is one of my favourites. This is why it's here. There's no other reason. I mean, it's just great. Well, that's my personal opinion. Do you know what I mean? So it's the Longmorn 15. Those that haven't had it, again, I hope this is just something that brightens up your day. It's really discontinued. They've moved on to other things. Whether or not they're better, I'm not sure. But this one in particular is the 15-year-old, 45%. If anyone likes your boy, what do you call him? Jim Murray. People like, some people like Jim Murray, some people don't. I think fair enough. The guy's got kahunas. He goes out there and he scores whiskies, and people then have to judge him and the whiskey at the same time, which I think is very tough. When we drink whiskies and we taste the whiskies and we score whiskies, we're doing it collectively within our groups. I don't personally come out and just score whiskies just based on my personal interpretation continuously, because that I like the model that we use within the club. I like that collective scoring. But Jim goes out there and he punches, doesn't he? He punches into whiskies and he really, scores them. Scores them, against a scoring of 99 points. And this one ranks among one of his favourites, I believe. I think there's been conversation about Jim talking about how amazing he fell in love with this at one point. So he had it at 93 points. Thank you, Peter. Glenmorangie. Well, Glenmorangie. It's all one of those oral things, isn't it? Make a point of using ex-Maker's Mark barrels. Yeah, so they make a point. I would suggest it definitely has to come down to the distillery and whether or not they want to talk about it and where they get their stuff from. Anyway, I'm concerned that my admins are telling me I've got a time limit, even though it's me that's moving on to the next segment. So it's my own fault. But yeah, we do. We're going to move on. So great. great barrel nose there, isn't it?
I bought a bottle of this from you.
Yeah.
I still haven't opened it yet. So
It's just so good. It's just now we had this in our club. We had tasted it, and we scored it quite highly. So the guys would have would have this on the scoring chart. But it's oh, do you know what? It's buttery. It's melted
it's
butter.
Yeah, it's like a heavy smooth feeling.
I like that. Love that smell. Absolutely brilliant. I hope you're all getting a good. What? Oh, Jesus. The smokiness, yeah. There's definitely a little bit of smokiness, but that's lovely. Yeah, I really like that. It's malty as well. You know, it's malty. There's that cereal, that's that kind of biscuit bar kind of taste on it. Real sweetness. I really do like that. I'm a big fan. I want people's opinion on this one though. And again, look, it's discontinued. It's nowhere to be seen. But they've brought out other stuff since that. They had a 16. They've had a 23. Getting some sherbet, yeah, but real sweetness. Am I right, Mr. Colin? Real sweetness coming through there. Yeah, do you know what? It's just the whole mouthfeel. When this is in your mouth, it clings to your tongue. It wraps itself around. It soaks in. It then starts to go down the back of your mouth. It takes a lot. I think it takes a long time for this just to leave your mouth. It's one of those ones that wants to linger, stick around for a while. Good. I thought it would get sweeter and sweeter, of course, 100%. So yeah, because you know what? I think we're just very lucky to taste this one. I think it's they are going out of style. People are, they've certainly gone from shelves. If I find one, I just pick it up. It's one of those ones that, again, is it in the cabinet? Of course, it's in the cabinet. It will continually be in the cabinet until it's all drunk. So it's Dip Dab. Remember Dip Dabs? They were really good. Remember them? Yeah, potentially.
Still selling on the road.
Oh, Dip Dab. I like it, Dip Dab. I could just like Dib Dab. Not good. Good stuff. I would do like a wee sweetie Dib Dab. We could be doing that. Anyone not liking that would be like, oh, do you know what? I like whoever came up with these polls. Like, I like that absolute perfection. That I hope we're going to do one on me later, because if someone like picks not nice at all, I'm not going to be impressed. But we should do it on Brendan. What we should do a poll on Brendan, shouldn't we? What do people think of Brendan? What did people make of the bagpipes? Because they sounded absolutely. Was it bagpipes, wasn't it? Yeah.
The first 30 minutes were good.
Did he play for a while?
No, but he did a few times.
We did a few times, right? I wasn't. Do you know what? I think that was really good. Great session. Hope everyone who is not a member of the Belfast Whisky Club enjoy our low key but an honest approach to it. Paddy, you're just right. But that's what it should be. Do you know what? These tastings, these ones that are run by the club, okay, and we've got different people coming in to do different sessions. Hopefully we'll have Phil doing a couple. Jamie's going to be doing a couple. Different people are doing it. It's because these are club tastings within the festival. We've got great distilleries. We're not going to stand in their way. We know that they're going to talk amazingness about their product. We know that. We're going to have two later on today who are literally, going to, make us really think about whiskey. So let's have a wee. Oh, I really like that. Pipes and Irish whiskey go hand in hand. They do indeed. Cheers, John Burns. Cheers. What's that 1 point for being in a shed? This is not a shed. This is a man cave. Office. There's lots of things going. You can't see the dartboard, but it's there. You can't see the couch, but it's there. Yeah, it's not really a shed. Like, you know what I mean? It's a sleeping bed. This is where I'm going to end up. I'm going to be lying here all night. Right, last one, because we're just on the time. We're just on that. Look, it's 4 o'clock. If I crack it open in time, does that mean I've made it in time? Who knows? Look, I know the guys are busting to do the Japanese whiskey tasting, but sure, they're there, and they're there. I know they're in the room. I know they're here on Springbank, eh?
Now, this is Springbank 10-year-old. This is an earlier version, so it's not the one you're going to pick up in the shops just now.
Do you know roughly when? Because I think Springbank has changed a lot.
Yeah, so this one here is late 80s, early. This can't be any later than the late 90s. That's specific. Okay. So it's either late 80s or early 90s. This one. Oh, I like that.
Moss and heather.
Yeah, isn't it? This proper countryside. It's proper like hills and wee glens. Like that's lovely. Are you still sorry, Jonathan? Is that the 10-year-old you're discussing just now, or is that you discussing the previous one? Because I would suggest 100% that it is buttery. That Longmorn is buttery. But we've now moved on. Just in case I missed your comment there, sorry about that, Jonathan. We've now moved on then to Springbank 10. I hope there's people in the room who are looking at this going, I really actually, if these guys are that enthusiastic about some of these whiskies, we may go and try and find them. Sure, why not? That's what it's all about. Or maybe next time, if there's something like this takes place and we've got like, these types of tastings, that you're able to go and purchase them. I think what's really good, we've got this tasting pack had to do something. It had to visit all of the different areas. It had to visit, the Highlands and the Space sides, and it had to visit island whiskies, lowlands, and obviously we're now in Campbelltown, so we're ticking all boxes.
Was Campbelltown? You had to have 3 distilleries to make it a region.
Something like that, isn't it? But Campbelltown had more distilleries in Campbelltown than there were in any other part.
It was just down to Springbank at one point, more or less.
Yeah, it kind of just fell back to Springbank. Yeah. So Glen Scotia, Springbank, yeah. But yeah, Paul, this has been great. I enjoy the informal approach. Yeah, but Ernest, I really appreciate it. So, that's what these tastings should be about. They should be about that informal chat. When we were designing this and we were thinking I wanted to put on as many tastings as possible, just because I thought it's about personal taste, it's about personal choice, give as much choice as possible. Those that are lucky enough to buy this, I think these were only sent out to 11 people. There was only 11 packs sent, so only 11 people got to taste this. It's excluding Jarlath and John and Martin. Like there's it's a limited amount of people, because that's the limited amount of alcohol you can get. We're taking out 50ml measures out of a bottle. We're not going to go and buy lots of bottles. These bottles they've not been hand donated by anyone. I doubt very much any of those Scottish distilleries would have hand donated this type of liquid. They're okay with their core range stuff, but it comes a little bit different when it's discontinued stuff, or it's stuff that's highly sought after. Springbank is magical, isn't it? This is lovely. This is like do you know what? This is what Springbank, to me, this is what Springbank's about. It's a little bit earthy. It's again that sherry influence. We've had a lot of sherry influence, but that's nice. What?
There's some smokiness as well, but not.
Oh no, it's a sweet smoke.
Yeah.
It's a sweet smoke that's in there. No, that's really nice. And listen, Jarlath, 100%. Jarlath's given this. He's like, well, hello there, Springbank. Look, Jarlath, we know you're married. It's okay, but you can fall in love with whiskey anytime. Do you know what I mean? And or all the whiskies at any time. Not a bar at all. Do you know, I thought about doing this when it really came down to doing a festival and doing it online. Some of the guys that have been, it is indeed the Campbelltown Funk is unique. The guys who are part of the actual the Whisky Week itself, some of them weren't too sure whether or not we should do it, and I understood their opinions. I really did. I understood it. My issue was that this year everyone's just been shit, and it's been shit for because of the coronavirus, but it's really led to lots of different things, and I just wanted something to look forward to and actually work towards, because I could have just been left doing nothing and just looking at 4 walls for 4 months, and actually I've had something in the back of my mind which has been like, I've got a festival to organise, and I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and so it's kept me going. Yes, with gloves. Yes, with face masks. You know what I mean? I've constantly been in that zone, and I'm trying to. Well, I'm getting a wee bit of mood lighting. Hello. If anyone out there is looking for some guy who loves whiskey and just wants to hang out in a room like this
John is the man. John has got his wee room with plenty of whiskey. I feel loved if I can say that out loud.
I feel comfortable.
You should just feel the love. Feel the love. Paddy's making some good. I like Paddy. The nose does carry through. It really does, doesn't it? Paddy, the best thing about the festival is that we are not tasting the usual core range. So good to taste independent and bottlings outside the core. Yeah, but yes, but do you know what? We've got distilleries who do tastings to do core range because that's what they're selling to you. That's what they want you to buy. And a lot of this, some of this was core range. It's come out of core range. It's fallen by the wayside. Some distilleries have maybe not cottoned on to the fact that some of it was that good. They should have kept it, And if we're drinking it and we're saying we like it, I'm really looking forward to see the scores for these ones, because I think that this is interesting. We've got 14 people, 15 people if you include myself, drinking this just now. All right, so 15 people have these in glasses, and if you have your own ones at home, super. But we have the ability to score this, to judge it, and give it a little bit of credence from the people who are taking part. But I'm going to assume I'll make it, even though I can't see any of the analytics just now, but I'm going to assume that most of this is in at 6 or 7s. I doubt very much that anything we've tasted here scores less than a 6. And that's going to be quite interesting to see along, maybe there's a 10 in there if someone really wet their knickers. That's great. Go ahead. We have a couple of people like that within the club who potentially get to that state. Maybe just after one whiskey. It's interesting. So yeah, Ernest, thank you very much. We're going to try and keep it going. Hopefully, technical issues will start to peter out, and we'll get to we'll get to the end of the week, and folk will be like, "Where's the fucking problems? Where's all these problems? Why have we not got any problems today? Let's just, why is your laptop actually working? Well, that's good. Why are you not running down to PC World to get things fixed?" And Paul Thompson, thank you. Great presentation of both the boxing samples and the tasting session. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry you're not getting to taste the range either, but I'm glad you're here for the banter. The festival. Anyone who got a ticket for any of the tastings has access to the festival, and that's very important. And also that you can go back and watch this. This should be a reference point. I really want it to be a reference point. I really want people to go back and watch it and see what's been spoken about. So I'm glad you've enjoyed the crack and the enthusiasm. I'm enthusiastic just now because I've been treated like a star, as I said. I've got my wee room to myself now. So this is great. So I feel good. We're going to have to. I think that's the end of this session specific, and we're going to move on to the Japanese and Asian session. You're more than welcome to stick around for that. That will be very, 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 very interesting. Could I then suggest to my admins, if they can hear me, because I know some of them are going to come on to that session. Can you make sure that we play a little bit of music? Can we maybe just give me 2 songs just now? And Stephen couldn't break away for work today, unfortunately, but followed on like great. Totally looking forward to it. So put a little bit of music on, maybe 2 songs, give me a little bit of break, and we'll move straight into the next session. All right. Thank you very much. I'm trying to look at that screen. I know I'm getting a wee one eye's going to shop there. No, look, it's there. They're going to play some music.
Tuned in. My name is Sina Thiel, and